Ladies and gentlemen, it's me, Kessler. Hi, how are we doing? It's been about 10 or so days since my last video. And so, I was starting to get a little worried, but then Konami went off and said, Hey, Kessler, we got you. We got you. We got new stuff for you to make a video on. So I was just like, bet. But anyway, new archetype, new possibilities. Then could the deck be good? Could it be bad? Could it be game changing? Or could it be passable at the very least? And so, let's get to it. And it's a pendulum archetype. Alright then. Angelo Valmonica. Dark Fairy Pendulum Effect. Level 4 Pendulum Scale 3, 1200 and 2100. The Pendulum Effect. While you have a fiend monster in your other pendulum zone, each time you gain life points, place one resonance counter on this card. Once per turn, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can immediately after this effect resolves, link summon one Valmonica monster. The monster effects better be worth it. Or at the very least, have cards in this archetype that warrant this whole life point counter resonance brouhaha on here. Anyway, the monster effects now. You can only use the first and second monster effect of this card's name each once per turn. If this card is in your hand, you can discard one other card. Place this card and one Demon Valmonica from your deck of your pendulum zone. And that's not bad. It just sets up your scales. I guess, maybe? And the second effect is, during the main phase, if this card was normal or special summon this turn, you can banish one Valmonica normal spell trap from your graveyard. This effect becomes that card's life point gain effect when that card is activated. Alright, so you banish, insert Valmonica spell trap here. If it has a life point gain effect, Angelo gains that effect. Summon effect just wholeheartedly requires you to have at least one Valmonica normal spell trap. My grave. I can't tell if this is actually really good or really bad. I'm gonna read the rest of the cards before coming up with my own opinion on them. Anyway, so next we got Demon Valmonica. Light Fiend Pendulum Effect, level 4. Pendulum Scale 5, 1200, 2100. The Pendulum Effect. While you have a Fairy Monster card in your other Pendulum Zone... Alright then. Oh. This card. I'm stupid. Each time you take effect damage, place a resonance counter on this card. Monsters your opponent controls loses 100 attack for each resonance counter on cards you control. Oh, that's all. Oh, that's what the resonance counters are for, huh? There better be a really good way to distribute them instead of relying on effect damage and life point gainage. So I still don't. I'm just gonna keep reading the cards and then make my own opinion. You can only use the first and second monster effect of this card's name each once per turn. If this card's in your hand, and it's the same thing. It's the same thing, but with Angelo Valmonica. During the main phase, if this card was normal or special summon this turn, banish a Valmonica normal spell trap. It's the same. Okay, it's the same effect as Angelo, but for damage-flicting effects. Okay, let's see how the links. Wait a minute. Okay, this card's just a little bit better just because of this immediate link summon effect. This card's just instantly better than this, and just from having this. Yeah, folks. Yeah, it's relying on my opponent's monster declaring an attack. But hey, it's better than losing a measly 100 attack. Oh no. Anyway, then we got Odd Deity of Valmonica. I'm gonna butcher this so bad. Guiralume. Tongue twister. Try saying that 3 times fast. Look at this card's art. I can't even tell what the hell I'm supposed to be looking at. Anyway, link 1, 2500. One effect monster. Okay, so it's just generic. Cannot be link summoned unless you have a fairy monster card with 3 or more resonance counters in your pendulum zone. Okay, I take that back. It's not generic. You can only special summon Odd Deity of Valmonica once per turn. If this card is link summoned, you can target monsters your opponent controls up to the number of resonance counters on cards in your pendulum zone and destroy them. Alright, so it's an on-summon pop. Could potentially pop 2 cards. Potentially, at the very least, pop 1 to 2 cards. And the second effect, you can remove 3 resonance counters from cards in your pendulum zone. This card can make a second attack, a second and third attack during each battle phase this turn. Okay, so that's sort of an OTK card. Just because they get to make 3 attacks. And it doesn't even specify on monsters. It's just 3 attacks in general. That's actually kind of crazy. That part, okay, I like that. I like this part. I like this part. I kind of like this link, just because it's got the... You can at the very least pop 1 card on summon, and the essential... And the potential OTK factor this card has. Is it amazing? Hell no. But do I think it can be neat? Maybe. Maybe so. Alright, so next we got Divine Oddity of Valmonica, Zebufera, excuse me. Light Fiend Link effect monster. This is a goddamn dragon. What the fuck are you on about this being a fiend? This is a goddamn dragon. 1 effect monster, 2500 link 1. Oh, bottom right, bottom left. Cannot be link summoned unless you have a fiend monster with 3 or more resonance counters in your pendulum zone. You can only use special summon Divine the Oddity of Valmonica Zebuveris once per turn. These names, I swear to God. If this card would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can remove 3 resonance counters from cards in your pendulum zone instead. Once per opponent's turn, quick effect, you can target one of your Valmonica normal spell traps that is banished in your graveyard. This effect becomes that card's effect when that card is activated. Okay, so just quick effect just copies an effect. Interesting. I'll just keep reading out this, then I'll reserve my judgment. Angelic Demonic Selector Valmonica. You goddamn know the TCG is gonna change demonic to something else. Hell, they might change Angelic Demonic into something else in the TCG. I'll be wholeheartedly surprised if they keep that sort of name, considering how Konami TCG department just love censoring names because they think Susan's little Jimmy is gonna get offended by the name Angelic Demonic Selector Valmonica. Anyway, field spell. You can only activate one card with this name per turn. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. When this card resolves, add a Valmonica monster from your deck to your hand. Like it's just a monster, not a card. And it looks like these are only monsters. What do you even summon with these? What's the deck for this supposed to be looking like? The second effect, if the third resonance counter is placed on a card in your pendulum zone, you can target one monster your opponent controls, take control of it until the end phase, but it cannot declare an attack. So it's essentially a change of heart, but worse. Interesting. Valmonica Versare. Versare. And look, it's a little one. Claws. Normal spell. You can only activate one card with its name per turn. Apply one of these effects, your opponent chooses. If you do not have a Valmonica monster, this gives you Valmonica card in your pendulum zone. Oi. So if I don't have any of the monsters in my pendulum scale, if say they get a continuous spell trap, I could just place it in the pendulum zone and still be able to activate this. Maybe. Gain 500 life points, then you can excavate cards on top of your deck until you excavate a Valmonica card. And if you do, add it to your hand. Also shuffle the rest back into your deck. Okay, so that's actually not bad. Take 500 damage. Then you can send one Valmonica card from your deck to your graveyard, except Valmonica Versare. Huh! Got it! Yes! Too poor. In Italian. Valmonica Intonare. Intonare. Normal spell. You can only activate one card with this name per turn. Apply one of these effects your opponent chooses if you do not have a Valmonica card in your pendulum zone. Gain 500 life points. Then your opponent chooses one monster in your graveyard that can be special summoned, if any, for you to special summon it. Alright. And take 500 damage. Then you can add one level 4 monster from your graveyard to your hand. Doesn't specify Valmonica, just monster. If it's level 4. Interesting. Oh, what's this one? For another drink. Edits to sing, apparently in Italian. Valmonica of the Guiding Rhythm. No trap. You can only activate one card with this name per turn. If you control a Valmonica monster card, apply one of these effects, or if you control a Valmonica Link monster, you can apply both in sequence. Gain 500 life points. Then if you do, then you can destroy one spell trap on the field. Take 500 damage. Then you can return one monster on the field to the hand. And then the last one. Valmonica of the Selecting Melody. Normal trap. You can only activate one card with this name per turn. If you control a Valmonica monster card, apply one of these effects. Or, if you control a Valmonica Link monster, apply both in sequence. Gain 500 life points. Then your opponent cannot target Valmonica monster cards you control with card effects for the rest of the turn. Take 500 damage. Then you can negate the effects of one effect monster your opponent controls until the end of this turn. And then reprints include Protecting Spirit. Hey, look. Are these in this deck's lore? Maybe. and then stained glass of light and dark. I forget what set this released in. Oh wait, could these potentially be like older versions, or at least bigger versions of the little links? Excuse me, the little pendulums. Overall, I don't think this deck. I don't think this archetype's really any good. Like, don't get me wrong. Excavating until you get a Valmonica card is really damn cool. There's no limit. You just have to excavate. And I'm seeing, and well, they do got the effects for the gain and take are not terrible. This is a foolish burial. This is a pot of extravagance, essentially. This is essentially a monster reborn that your opponent has to choose. So kind of worse. This fetches any level 4 monster from my graveyard. The field spell. It's a Stratos. And I guess the change of heart. I mean, I guess this card's cool, I guess, but this one's better. Overall, like, I'm not gonna say it's horrendous. I just don't think it's good. Maybe it just has to do with the fact that we're missing more cards from this. Considering deck build sets usually do this, they always have like maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3 or so extra cards they're going to show off at the later date. And you can tell just from looking at the set number. So let's see, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 37. See, we're missing 36. Yeah, we're missing 36. So we're missing one more card for this deck. So this archetype is just not good. Right now. We'll just have to see what people decide to cook up for the deck. Because I'm sure there's some fucking genius who's already cracked this. Hell, maybe Triff already cracked this? Because pendulums? I don't know. But anyway, that's all I gotta say. I thank you all for watching, and let me know what you think of this weird-ass pendulum archetype. And I'll see you and the next time. Have a nice one.